Hey, so I'm a small business owner and I get asked on a somewhat regular basis, do I have any tips for somebody who wants to start their own small business? Well, actually, I've got a list of things I've put together over the years, either advice that was really helpful for me or lessons that were hard learned, and I'd love to spare people those little misadventures. So here are my top 12 small business tips. Here we go. Tip number one, leverage your business card. Your business card is your best friend, so make the most of that puppy. First of all, information that belongs on there, your name, your role, how you want people to contact you. Do you prefer that they call you or email you? If you have a fax number, but you don't want people making initial contact through your fax, don't give away your fax number on your business card. Save that for later. Other things to include, if you have a motto or a saying, something that sort of summarizes what you do, these are great things to have on the front. But also make use of the back. It's real estate. You're paying for this card, so make the most of that piece of paper. Couple of other things to keep in mind. People who are operating in business, who are trying to grow their businesses, end up with stacks and stacks of business cards. You don't want yours to get lost in the shuffle, so here's how to make yours stand out. Solid colors. Do not have a white background. That's one of the worst things you could do. Your card's going to blend in. It's going to look like scrap paper. Get solid colors, something that grabs people's attention, and pick a stationery that feels sexy. Paper can be sexy. Make sure it actually feels good in your hands. You do that, not only is your card going to stand out, but people are going to want to keep it handy. A couple of other things that you can do, some fun tricks. I picked up my business card through Vistaprint. I really like their services. I like the options that they have available. They've got sexy paper. I love it. And if you take a look, this is my business card. It's shiny. Why? Because I'm part monkey and I like shiny things. People love my business card. When I hand it out, I get complimented on it regularly. And if you take a look, I've made use of the real estate on the back. The more you can tell people about what you do, the more they'll remember, oh, that's why I wanted to call that person. And they'll follow through on the phone call or the email. So your business card is critical. Make sure it's sexy. Make sure it stands out. Make sure you've got the basic information on there so people know who you are and why they should call. Tip number two, always have a website. Have some place on the internet that you can direct people to so that they can learn more information about you. And the way to know that you have put the right content on your website or your blog or wherever it is that you're directing people to, you know you did it right when they have no questions. You answered all of their questions before they could even ask them. So a typical customer or client, think what are they going to want to know and put it on there before they can even ask. A really important one, how much do your services cost? If you put the numbers on there so they can crunch the numbers themselves, that's awesome. But if you need to talk to them to get a quote, well, then tell them that and tell them on the website, I will need the following information from you in order to provide your quote. Be sure to contact me here and I'll put that quote together for you. So one other thing to keep in mind is just that websites can be very expensive or they can be really not expensive. It just depends on how you go about it. If you go through WordPress blogs, you could do your entire platform for free. If you want to do a WordPress website, then you need to have a host. So then you're figuring out if you're paying somebody else to do it, if you're going to learn how to do it. There are people out there who will code the entire thing from scratch. You have lots of options, but in the end, your website is a glorified business card. It's the place that you direct everybody to where they can find all the information that wasn't going to fit on that little 3x5 card that you handed them earlier. By the way, here's a great hook for you. You know that 30-second elevator speech that you've probably been hearing about over and over and over by now, how to tell people what you do in 30 seconds or less? You can finish off that little speech by going, you know what, your time is valuable and I don't want to talk your ear off. So here's my card. It's got the website on the bottom there. You go there and check it out. If you have any questions, you can call or email me anytime. Boom. They, in their own time, can go through all the information that you've provided there. And that's a great way to get more business. Tip number three. If you're a small business and you're working from a home office or you have a small office that you're renting a space and you're hoping to move into something bigger, a great way to go for your business address is to get yourself a post office box. The reason for it is that your company stays stable even if you move. Your company information doesn't change even if you start pinging all over the city or all over the province. If you have any kind of print media where you have put your address on there and people are going, oh, well, if I want to get in touch with them, I'm supposed to write or send things to this address, every time you move, that print media becomes obsolete, and that can become very expensive. It can also confuse people if they're like, I thought the last time I contacted you that your office was over here. So by having a stable post office box, the mail always gets directed to the same place, and you can set up mail forwarding so that if you move around, you can just tell the post office, look, once it gets to there, can you send it over here for convenience, or you just drop by wherever your post office box is. That simple. Tip number 4. Speaking of stability, get a stable phone number too. A great thing that you can do is get yourself a 1-800 number. It's going to make your number look very professional. It's going to help you create extensions so that you can make sure that phone calls end up getting sorted in a way that's helpful for your business and better serving your clients. And it also means that, again, if you're working from a home office and you move, maybe you change phone numbers or you change area codes, then your business phone number doesn't change. It doesn't make any of your print media obsolete because the phone number changed, and it doesn't confuse your clients either. A great service I can recommend is Ring Central. That's the one that our business uses. It's fantastic. Tip number 5, to save your business money, always, always, always shop around for insurance. Make sure that your insurance company actually understands what you do and the kind of coverage that you need. You don't ever want to find yourself overprotected or underprotected. Both scenarios suck. Underprotected means something bad could happen and you wouldn't be covered, but overprotected means that you're paying for things that you don't need to, and that can really add up. The very first company that I was insured by did not understand a stinking thing about my industry, and so I was paying approximately $2,000 and change per year in coverage. I now have an insurance provider that is charging me a little over $300. And here's the crazy thing. Not only is that price range just complete opposite ends of the spectrum, the representative that I have working with me now, I love her. She spent time on my website. She asked really good questions. She wanted to understand what I do. And she even said, you know what, based on this, I think you should also get this. She made sure that I was covered in a way that I hadn't even thought to ask for coverage. And it was a very wise move. So I can recommend. I'm with State Farm now. I love them. They've done a great job. I love the way that they package things. But maybe that's not the right fit for you. The main thing is shop around, have the right insurance coverage. Tip number 6, don't go to networking events. They're awful. They're just awful. It's schmoozing. And what's happening is that at a networking event, even though you're told over and over and over that you gotta go to these things to build your business, no, you don't. And here's why, personally, I think they suck. It's an entire room filled with people that are trying to sell to each other. So if everybody's trying to sell, everybody's trying to make money, they're not in receptive mode. Those kinds of events are beneficial for a very, very small percentage of businesses. So with that in mind, instead of going to a room where everybody's trying to sell and at the end of the night you just want to go home and have a shower and wash all the schmooze off of you because it felt awful, go to the places where you actually want to be. The best networking advice that I can give you is go live life, okay? Are you a gamer? Go hang out at a game store. Go and, you're a runner, go to the races. If you love climbing, go to the climbing gym. Go do the things that you love to do, because you'll be in genuine you mode. You'll be building relationships, talking the way that you normally talk, and building people's trust because you are you, and not business you. And it's crazy the kinds of connections that you make. One story for you. I volunteered to do a first aid course for a women's shelter. That was something that was very important to me. I wanted to go do that. And during lunch on one of the days, I had a knock on the door, and somebody from the office across the hallway from the space that we were using came in and just politely asked, could you do me a favor, that CPR mannequin that's leaning up against the wall, could you move it? Her desk was right across the hall, and every time my students opened the door, she would look up because she heard the noise, and for her, it was like this dead body was just staring at her from across the hallway. It was completely freaking her out. So she came over, started this kind of funny conversation. We got chatting. I gave her my business card. I have been providing services for her organization for the last 8 years, and I love working with them. That was me just living my life, doing what I do, and a random connection was created. That's not even including the time that I got a connection with another client that I absolutely love. I met them while in Palm Springs. They're from the Ottawa region where I live. We met in Palm Springs. I was just living life, and you know what? When you're just genuinely you, interesting things start to happen. Connections still get made. You don't have to schmooze. Tip number 7. If you're looking to connect with clients, a great way to do that is to be the expert in the room. Find places where your knowledge, your expertise is beneficial and is needed. And so you can check into, are there conferences where I could present? Are there, clients that I could just offer? I would be really happy to put together, this little presentation for you. This might be beneficial information for you. Can I drop in for a lunch and learn or do this for you as an evening workshop? Whatever it is. Be the expert and give. Offer. When you're the expert in the room, you're not selling anything. Please don't do that. If you've ever gone to a conference where somebody was very obviously selling a product, it's awful. No, this is gift giving time. Give them something that's valuable, something that's simple, and then let them know if you want more, here's how to get a hold of me. Or if you're looking for somebody to do this for you, you know what? Give me a call. That's it. That's the entirety of your sales pitch. You are in giving mode, and people really respect and appreciate. Thank you so much for showing me how to do this, or thank you for helping me to understand this better. Some people will go, now that I know how to do this, I will go do it for myself, but more people will go, thank you for showing me how to do it. Would you come do it for me? And they're willing to pay for it. So that's a great way to earn more business. Tip number 8. Still in that giving mode, another great way that you can give to people and attract more business is to put free information on your website, like a downloadable PDF where somebody can get the top 10 tips for what is your area of expertise? How could they improve communication dynamics in their workplace? What are 10 tips for improving their social media? What are 10 tips for removing those crazy stains stuck in your shirt? I don't know what your business is, but give them some free information, something that's beneficial, because again, now that you've given them something, and make sure that information also has how to contact you, it's got your business name, so if they print it off, it always traces back to you. So many people will go, oh, I got this for free. This is awesome. I know how to do this myself. And then they'll go, you know what? I would prefer somebody else to do this for me, though. I'm willing to pay for it. Your phone gets a call. Pretty awesome. Tip number 9. This was a hard-learned lesson. Print media is freaking expensive, and it doesn't necessarily do a whole lot for you. You can end up paying a lot of money, and you could use posters, you could do mail outs, you could do all sorts of different things. And especially if you try to advertise in any kind of space, a magazine, a catalog, on another website, those fees add up very, very, very quickly. And it's not guaranteeing that your information is getting into the right hands. On top of that, we are as a society bombarded by information on a regular basis, and your very important information can just get lost in the noise. So one of my biggest recommendations, especially when you're a small business and you're trying to be budget friendly, avoid print media as much as possible. If you are going to invest in print media, number 1, business card, business card, business card, because you are handing your card out directly to the people you want to work for. Those times, it's going to the people that you actually want to do business with. And then any other print media beyond that, it's not that print media is bad, it's just that it's a really fast way to see a lot of money disappear. So use it very, very, very wisely. Tip number 10. When word about your small business gets out, be prepared. You're going to be contacted by a ton of people who are offering to do things for you. One of the big ones is going to be search engine optimization. Another one is going to be you're invited to all these networking events. And the sales pitch is always going to be, we're here to help you grow your business. But no, they're not. Growing your business is their business. So when they invite you to networking events and there's this small fee, there's this small charge, it's only going to cost you. This person does not want to build your business. They want to build theirs. And I realize that sounds cynical, but the reality is that the more you know how to do for yourself, whether it's designing your own business card through Vistaprint, or it's knowing how to set up your own website, steep learning curve, yes, but the more you know about how to run your own website, the more money it's going to save you. And so with that in mind, just anytime somebody says, I'm here to help you build your business, probably not. And just ask yourself, can I do this myself, or can I learn how to do it myself? If the answer is yes, keep the money in your pocket and keep walking. Tip number 11. It's going to be so tempting to buy swag that has your company name or logo on it, because who doesn't want a shirt that says their company name on it? Who doesn't want a pen that says your website on it? You might even be looking at a doodad going, I don't know what it is, but it has my company on it. It's just exciting. You're excited about what you do. You want the world to know about it. And the problem is that swag usually has to be bought in large quantities. On top of that, there are just the cheesy classic swag items that I can tell you it's crap. And it is going to join a pile of crap in somebody's corner of their office, or it's going to end up in their garbage can. If you are going to get swag or have swag of any kind, make sure it is something unique to your company. Is it in line with what you do? When somebody looks at it, are they going to be reminded of who your company is and what you do and why you do it? Or is it just another pen? Or is it just another water bottle? Or is it just another USB key? There are some things that they're so commonplace. So ask yourself, if I got this, would I be intrigued? If I got this, would I be excited? Would it make me go, ooh? Because if there's no ooh factor to it, guess what? Nobody's going to care. And if nobody cares about the object, they don't care about what's written on it either. So swag, either don't spend your money on swag or choose your swag crazy carefully. Last but not least, tip number 12. You are going to have a ton of people that are going to ask you for discounted work, or they're going to suggest to you, hey, if you do this for a discounted rate, you'll be able to get more work, you'll be able to get your name out there. And here's my caution to you. Do not ever operate at a deficit. Crunch your numbers. Know your numbers ahead of time for what is it costing you, what were your materials, what bills do you need to pay so that your company can exist and so that you can exist, okay? If you keep giving away all this free work or keep doing discounted work that operates at a deficit, you're not going to build your business because your business won't exist anymore, okay? So how much do you need to get by, and how much is paying your bills, what allows you to be a mentally healthy human being because you're not freaking out about finances, and make that your base rate. That's how much you're going to charge nonprofits. That's how much you're going to charge the companies that you're happy to offer a discounted rate to. And then for your quote unquote regular customers, include a markup. These are my regular prices. This is my nonprofit rate, or this is my discounted rate, but that's also this is my comfortable survival rate. If for some reason all of your work at one point in time is nonprofit work or discounted work, your company still exists. Your bills are still paid. You are still a mentally healthy human being, okay? And for people who come to you going, well, you know what? How about you do this free thing for us and we'll tell people all about you. We'll get your name out there. We'll help you build your business by you doing stuff for us for free. Don't do that. Watch out for that. Here's the best response that I can offer that you offer back to them. Hey, if you're interested in free services or free products, here's what I'd like you to do. Can you send that request to me in an email? Put the responsibility on them. No, you're not getting free stuff right here, right now. You want free stuff, you need to put that request in writing, email it to me so I have a physical record of that request. And then just let them know, you know what, I do give away some discounted products, each year. And there are always chosen organizations that I give that to, or chosen organizations that I give my services to. If you send me that email when it's time for me to review for the upcoming year, I'll make sure that your organization is considered. And that way, you're not having to make any promises on the spot. You might get the email and go, no, here's this other organization here. They're the ones that have my heart. I want to support them. I am going to give them some stuff, or I am going to do this for free. This other organization, nope. And you still follow through. You reviewed the request, and then that's it. You're done. Other times you'll get requests and go, wow, okay, this is incredible. I would love to support that. And so maybe you'll choose, okay, I'm going to divert my free services or products in their direction. Or maybe that by that point you have grown so much that you're able to offer more for free. But really just don't ever feel pressured by somebody going, how do you do this for free? It's going to help build your business. A lot of people just want free stuff. Now, some people say it with a good heart, but there are a lot of people that just want free stuff. Don't get suckered in by that. Don't be pressured by it. Your business is valuable. What you are doing is valuable. So that's a good thing. Value it. And that's it. Those are my 12 small business tips. I hope those are helpful. All the best.